Loser of the Ravens and Chiefs. I'll ask the same question I asked our colleague, Kurt Warner, yesterday. The loser of this game, which one are you more concerned about?
Well, I just think when you look at the makeup of the division and where the Chargers are right now, I'd be more worried about the Chiefs in terms of trying to run them down and win the division. I don't think that anybody's going to run away from the Ravens in the AFC North. Obviously they don't want to start the season 1-3, but I still think that division would be within their grasp if that were to happen. If you're the Chiefs and the Chargers are already 3-0 in the division and you go out and lose this game, look, I know there's help coming. Xavier Worthy coming back and they'll get Rashee Rice back. They're going to be playing good football. I'm very confident in that in the back half of the season, but that could be a pretty big hole to dig out of.
All right. So then which team that is currently 3-0 are you, outside of the one that we just hit with the Chargers? Which one are you saying, okay, that's the real thing here? Would you say it's the Eagles for sure? Or
I mean, the Eagles just know how to win those games, man. They're not even playing great. And then every week it's like, oh, they got a couple guys hurt. And I saw Nolan Smith's going to be down on the IR he's going to be out for a month. They keep losing guys, and then they just keep finding ways to win. And you never leave the game thinking that they've played their best. But they're just kind of finding ways to do it.
They're playing. You could say the same thing about Baker and the Bucs, right? And that game happens this weekend.
It's going to be a great game.
Let's start drilling down on some of these things. What do you think about that one, Daniel?
I think it's going to be the most physical game you watch this week is going to be that game. And both those teams pride themselves on the physicality. Both of those quarterbacks, ironically, had the same training with Lincoln Riley, but both of them are very, very poised, and they're very good when you get into those big moments, which I think you'll find yourself in this game. I think if Tampa was healthy up front on the offensive line, I would lean towards them in this particular matchup. But I think with some of the injuries that they've sustained there, not being whole on the offensive line, I could see the Eagles kind of doing an Eagle thing and finding a way to eke one out there.
And then just up the road from here, 3-0, Daniel Jones, Danny Diamonds.
How about that?
Okay, coming in to take on a 2-1 Rams team that had a shot to knock off the defending world champs again and couldn't finish the deal. What do you make of both of those teams in this matchup, Daniel?
I think if you just look at them emotionally neutral, I would say the Rams would win this game, and I'd feel confident in that. I'm a little bit worried with how much the Rams put into last week and how much energy that took out of them, in losing that ball game. I'm curious to see if there's some carryover there. I'll still lean towards them winning this game, but I think it's maybe closer than it would have been if they didn't just come off of an emotionally exhausting game against the Eagles. But what the Colts done has been impressive, and we've talked about this before, Rich. But if you're looking for a quarterback in the future and you don't love guys in the draft, just find somebody who was in the New York market who didn't work out. Geno, Sam, Daniel Jones. Goodness. I mean, it just kind of seems to be a thing that's happened here.
Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thanks for that. Check us out every single day streaming live on Disney Plus and the ESPN app 12 to 3 Eastern.